Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, MashaAllah, 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 Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Just a little feel of Zion, uh, a little sun shower in our home where we meditate, make meditation. Call this build things up with Lego like items in the Lego Tech Empire, like the hue light over there, like this candle burner, like this SPC, like this thermal charger, like this smoke vaporizer, even this lighter I got from Barking Vapes. And over there is a tower, a socket tower with a LED blue light, and over there's the tube tank, which is a bit faded away now and doesn't look as nice. It felt like light. If you can look at it as I can see it in real life, it looks really beautiful. Some colors, some of the colors are faded away a little bit because a lot of the creatures, some of the few of the creatures have passed away and died, and they no longer swim, and they just stay at the bottom. And they haven't got much to do anymore. There was a jellyfish they were really interested in before. Then there was an eagle which they were really interested in before. And they were interested in the Malibu fishes at the top and the shallow end. And now there's a candle burn on top of them, and I don't think they like it. I think it stresses them out. There's weight on top of them, on top of the tube tank. Anyway, Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. Masjid toxic. Many Summit perspective publications, monthly publications, and yesterday I read one of them. So you have to Muslim.org and go on to more and Summit perspective below periodicals, in the periodical section. Summit's perspective, and it gives you a chronological list of Summit's perspective. It's been going since 1985. Monthly, mashallah, alhamdulillah, everyone, and they're strengthening the faith, and very good topics of faith to discuss and explain. So we go back to March, and we did April. April was the latest edition in 2020. March is one before that, and inshallah, let's press March. So, alright, so Bismillah Rahman Rahim, Rajab 1441, Volume 36, Number 3. Bismillah Rahman Rahim, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Surveyor's Perspective, monthly bulletin of the International Community of Surveyors, published by Master Tilson. Human traits, know yourself. It's important to learn about our traits as detailed by our Creator. Understanding our human nature and flaws will help us to recognize our mistakes and improve our own qualities. Believers were to suppress the negative traits identified by Allah. Allah thus perfects their life, strengthens their fall, fixes their work, and diverts them away from evil and aggression. Surah 50, verse 16. We create the human, we know what he whispers to himself, we're close to him, and his job is obeying. Surah 12, verse 53. I do not claim innocence for myself, an advocate of vice, except for those who have obtained mercy from our Lord. Our Lord is forgiven, most merciful. Surah 12, verse 24. We thus do divert evil and sin away from him, for he is one of our devoted servants. Surah 19, verse 76. Allah augments the guidance for those who choose to be guided, and for the good deeds that are intended rewarded by the Lord and bring forth a better return. Surah 47, verse 7. O you believe, if you support Allah, He will support you and strengthen your foothold. Allah has granted us the best physical design. Surah 95, verse 4. The hearing, eyesight, and the brain. Surah 16, verse 78. I have studied our cognitive, intellectual, emotional, and human capacity views. No doubt that we are far from perfect. In fact, striving to please Allah alone is never an easy undertaking because of our limited and flawed human nature. The outcome of every battle with Satan is either we allow him to remove our garment of righteousness by exposing one or more of our weaknesses, or we aggressively resist his intrusion and strive to polish our righteous qualities and beautify our garment. Surah 27, Surah 7, verse 26 to 27. Human hesitance is a clear manifestation of the weak human nature. Surah 4, verse 28. From the very beginning, we hesitated and failed to make a crucial decision. That was once demonstrated in the house time when we questioned Allah's absolute authority under the deception of rebellious, arrogant, and unappreciative Satan. News that we bore witness that Allah is the Lord, is the only Lord and Master. Surah 7, verse 172. We wavered. We were sent down to earth by the most merciful for a final chance. Most people on earth doubt Allah's existence despite the instinct of knowing Him. Surah 30, verse 30. Human failed to fall, make a firm stand. Surah 20, verse 150. We tested Adam in the past, but he forgot and we found him indecisive. Surah 20, verse 150. No. When Satan challenged Allah's absolute authority, Surah 38, verse 69. You and I did not make a firm stand against Satan because Allah has given us a chance on this earth to redeem ourselves by denouncing Satan and following Allah's absolute authority. Ayah 27. Surah 6 verse 2. He is the one who created you from mud and determined your lifespan, a lifespan that is known only to him, yet you continue to doubt. Poorly handling adversity is another manifestation of human weakness. Most humans despair and turn unappreciative and rebellious in the face of hardship. Surah 4 verse 28. Allah wishes to lighten your burden for human beings created weak. Surah 17 verse 83. When we bless a human being, he becomes preoccupied and heedless. When adversity strikes, he turns despondent. Surah 10 verse 21. When we bestow mercy upon the people after adversity had afflicted them, they immediately scheme against our revelations. Say, Allah's scheming is far more effective, far messengers are coordinating his scheme. Surah 42 verse 48. If they turn away, we do not send you as their guide, and your sole mission is delivering the message. When we shower human beings with mercy, they become proud. And when adversity afflicts them as a consequence of their own deeds, human beings turn into disbelievers. Because of our inherent weakness, many humans readily accept Satan's invitation. Surah 12 verse 103, Surah 12 verse 106, Surah 14 verse 22, Surah 17 verse 89. They're receptive to him, they get easily caught up in the vanities of this world, singing to this illusion that's Satan's whisper. They also get easily swayed by the majority and continue to have a minimal resistance to pain and social pressure. Surah 2 verse 14. And don't for people at the worldly places such as women, having children, piles upon gold instead of chained horses, livestock and crops. These are the materials of this world, far better avoided to deserve Allah. Surah 29 verse 25. Instead, you worship beside Allah, power decided due to your peer pressure, just to preserve some friendship among you in this worldly life. But then on the day of resurrection, you will destroy one another, curse one another. Your destiny is hell, where you cannot help one another. Surah 6 verse 116. If you obey the majority of people on earth, they will divert you from the path of Allah. They follow only conjectures, they only guess. Human is egoistic, arrogant, and argumentative. They are some of the most disastrous human insecurities and weaknesses. Guided humans know full well that they cannot be with Allah in His kingdom if they maintain their arrogance or fail to overcome their ego. Satan was banished to earth once he expressed his arrogance. Ego simply obstructs the divine truth. It pushes us away from Allah's path, eventually causes the exile from Allah's kingdom. Surah 7 verse 12. He said, what prevented you from prostrating when I ordered you? He said, I am better than you. You created me from fire and created him from mud. Surah 7 verse 13. He said, therefore you must go down, for you are not to be arrogant and get out, you are debased. Surah 21 verse 19. To him belongs everyone in the heavens and the earth, and those that are never too arrogant to worship him, nor do they ever waver. Surah 21 verse 20. They glorified night and day without ever tiring. Surah 2 verse 87. We gave Moses the scriptures subsequent to him. We sent our messengers, and when we gave Jesus son of Mary profound miracles and supported him with the Holy Spirit, is it not a fact that every time a messenger went to you with anything you disliked, your ego caused you to be arrogant? Some of them you rejected, some of them you killed, Surah 25, verse 43. Have you seen the one whose God is his own ego? Will you be his advocate? Surah 18, verse 54. We have cited in this Quran every kind of example of human beings, the most argumentative creature. Other human weaknesses are being anxious, impatient, short-sighted, and ignorant. Ignorance flushes with ego. We shows to surrender to our egos, we are shielded from the divine knowledge. In contrast, subduing the ego increases the level of awareness, enhances our mental procedures to dwell on and benefit from available knowledge. Allah confirms to us in the Quran that knowledgeable are more likely to recognize Him and reverence Him. Surah 35, verse 28. Surah 21, Surah 17, verse 19. These human being is anxious. Surah 21, verse 37. The human being is impatient by nature. I was inevitably show you my sign and do not be in such a hurry. Surah 75, verse 5. The human being tends to believe only what he sees in front of him. Surah 17, verse 11. The human being often prays for something that may hurt him. Thinking that he is praying for something good. The human being is impatient. Most humans are unappreciative and transgressive. Surah 22, verse 66. He's one who grant you life, then proceeds to death, then he brings you back to life to show that the human being is unappreciative. Surah 32, verse 9. He shaped you and blew into you. He shaped him and blew into him from his spirit, and gave you the hearing, the eyesight, and the brains readily. He is thankful. Surah 40, verse 61. God is one who designed the night so you can rest in it, and day light you go, but Allah has many blessings from people, but most people are not thankful. Surah 40, verse 34. And He gives you all kinds of things that you glorify. If you count Allah's blessings, you can never encompass them. Indeed, the human beings transgress and appreciate it. Surah 96, verse 6. Indeed, the human transgresses. Surah 96, verse 7. When he becomes rich. Humans are selfish by nature unless the souls are strong enough to stay them to actions and grace instead. Surah 4, verse 128. Selfishness is a human trait. And if you do good and lead the righteous life, Allah is fully cognizant of everything you do. The above traits are some of our human imperfection. The strive to upgrade the above traits to the righteous standards as defined by Allah in the Quran is all that we are here for. The roadmap is very clear, perfect, and fully detailed. Nothing that we need for our redemption left out of this Quran. Surah 6, verse 8, yes. Surah 12, verse 111. Surah 6, verse 115. The upgrading our path is a difficult one, and we should choose it. Surah 90, verse 4 to Surah 90, verse 18. We created a human being to work hard, redeem himself. Does he not think that no one will ever call him to account? He both has spent so much money. Does he think that no one sees him? Do you not give him 2 eyes, a tongue, and 2 lips? Do you not show him the 2 paths? We should choose the difficult path. Which one is the difficult path? The freeing of slaves, feeding during the time of hardship, orphans who are related, always in need, and being one of those who believe in exhorting one another to be steadfast, exhorting one another to be kind. These have deserved happiness. Allah teaches us to ground that soul that was created long before our arrival to the earth. Then our soul became an appreciative of our Lord, and we got involved in the great feud. Surah 38, verse 67 to 69 say, it is also news that you're totally oblivious to. I know much previously about the feud in the high society. Surah 38, verse 69, the feud in the high society was treated by Satan, silent to because Allah's absolute authority. This is definitely the most important event in the history of the human race. We fail to make a firm stand regarding Allah's absolute authority. This life represents the third and the final chance to leave ourselves. See the introduction, Appendix 7. When Allah, out of His mercy, gave us a chance to repent and submit, we made the wrong choice. Surah 3, verse 72. Chose to become here as humans. The most gracious out of His mercy has given us another chance. This is the last one. And He created the earth, and He created the body, and the temporary house for us. So, once He material to send down all the soul one by one, He created death. Surah 67, verse 2. The one who created death and life for the purpose of decision doesn't want you to do bad. He's almighty and forgiving. Surah 7, verse 11. He created you, then He shaped you. And then we said to the end, fall prostrate before Him, and fell prostrate. Said, believe Satan, he was not with the prosperous. Surah 38, verse 71 2. The Lord said to the angel, I'm creating a human being from clay. Once I design him, brought him to him from my spirit, you shall fall prostrate before him. Surah 19, verse 17. While the barrier separated her from them, we sent to her our spirit, we went to her in the form of a human being. Surah 32, verse 7 to 9. And His one who perfected everything He created, started the creation of the human from clay, and He continued His reproduction through certain lowly liquid, shaped him and blew into him from His spirit, and gave you the hearing, eyesight, and the brain really thankful. What is the spirit rule in Arabic? Most of us have a sense of our body and how it's different from our soul, real self. However, the concept of the spirit is less understood. The root of the word ruh is 6 different forms in the Quran and the Quran's Arabic text, with different meanings. For a total of 57 appearances, corpusquran.com as a noun, ruh appears 21 times in the Quran with multiple meanings. One of these is a reference to Allah's Spirit, from which He blew into the human. He's in verse Surah 15, verse 29, Surah 32, verse 9, Surah 38, verse 72. In the Arabic dictionary, e.g., a dictionary of the Holy Quran by Umar, the word ruh is sometimes translated as breath of life. Now we have a soul and a body. In my view, the body to function as a house for the soul is to be more than the clay shell, and the spirit of the breath of life allows that. To use an analogy, Allah gave us a car, the body that we saw get to drive, so we can try make it back home, get back pleasing Allah. What is important for our salvation is to remember that the motivation out of His mercy is giving us one last chance to redeem our soul. As long as our soul is in this world, we must make the best of the opportunity by fulfilling our true purpose of our existence. As in Exodus 51:56, I do not create the Judeans and humans except to worship me alone. Because in a very short time we will all be at the end of our journey. End of the journey. Road trip journey of our soul. End of the journey. Surah 56, Surah 56, verse 18 to 91. When the time comes and then your soul reaches your throat, you will then look around. Be closer to it than you are, but you do not see. If it's true that you do not owe any account, why do you not restore your soul if you are truthful? If he is one of those close to me, then joy flowers in the garden bliss. If he's one on the right, peace is a lot on those on the right. Surah 36, verse 80. Therefore, glory be to the one in whose hand is the sovereignty over all things, to whom we will be returned. Surah 2, verse 156. When an affliction befalls them, they say, we belong to Allah and to whom we are returning. The key idea is return, which means going back to where we came from. And this is what the title of this article refers to as the road trip journey of our soul. May Allah help us fulfill the purpose of our last journey so we can have first class return. Allah, inshallah, by observing Allah's commandments and leading a righteous life. Surah 17, verse 80. Say, my Lord, admit me a normal admission to let me depart, honorable departure, grant me free from your powerful support. Train of life. At birth, we were born in the train and met our parents, and we believed that they would always travel on our side. However, at some station, our parents would step down from the train, leaving us on this journey alone. As time goes by, other people would board the train, and there will be significant our siblings, friends, children, even the love of our life. Many will step down and leave the permanent vacuum. Others will get go so unnoticed that we don't realize they vacate their seats. Train ride will have joy, sorrow, happiness, expectation, hello, goodbyes, final farewells. The message to everyone is we don't know at which station Allah will have us step down. We must live the best we can in a manner that pleases Allah, humble, kind, rational, charitable, forgiving, offering the best of who we are. It's important to do this because when the time comes for us to step down and leave our seat empty, we should have set a good example and leave behind good memories for those who will continue to travel on the train of life. May Allah bless us with a joyful journey on the train of life, reprieve success, and give back to the world. More important, thank Allah for the journey every moment of the way. Alhamdulillah. 35th Annual Conference United Submitted, August 7 to 9, 2020, Chicago, Illinois. Inshallah, the annual conference of the United States International will be in Chicago, IL, on August 7 to 9. It's an opportunity to remember Allah, increase our knowledge, and meet our best and new friend. Surah 3, verse 991 to 95, Surah 8 to verse 28, Surah 58, verse 11, Surah 49, verse 10. Working on hotel registration, the government will post them at smith.all/conference. As usual, attendance will be by invitation only. To help us organize a successful conference and other Has always been there suggestions to us. Please let us know what we plan as soon as you know. Shukran. For question or information, please email info@mustintroduction.org. Shukran, alhamdulillah. Shukran. And you can keep up with the history in the making. Subscribe now, $12 a year, US, Canada, Mexico, $8 a year overseas. $9, yeah. Amal $9, pay them $9, without $9 on eBay. I'm so around today. 3 hours left, and there's been take one views and book of feds, catch most regulars, most mushroom mouse balls. Pack mango, pack dry mango, Ramadan, handful to hand, take 6 views, £100, 76, 17 hours left. Submit a podinmars download card to beat the Joker card, 13 views, £1.92. Thingy Sash provide to fight Thailand, times 2 sessions so after none of the hand. £1.14, 56 starting fee. 68 speed, 24 views. Coca-Cola destination, Grammy bag, hemp and juicy jet rolling papers, £2.28, 29 views. Let's do it, okay. Can hemp CBD effect hemp canopy times 4 seeds for machine manifestation. £3.25, 57 views. Diamond Mitty with Brahman pipe residue, £1.14, 19 views, mashallah. A cherry flavored Bismillah unique tasty premium oil burn oil, £4.50, 38 views. I got some multiples of 19 here. Four times seeds of canopy hemp CBD effect at 57 views. Mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. And eBay you do really well on eBay at the moment. Really well. You got a lot of avenues to make money. Not make money, but sell things, and they're really good and really helpful. And we should prepare for Al-Dahan too. Prepare for Night of Destiny. That's what Quest Afternoons is about. I got mass balls, to grow book of feathers, whopper mushrooms, inshallah, Mars attack plants, and trying to bring about different kind of plants to the world. The wild mushrooms too, and you can eat them too. You can make a nice dish with them, and they look nice in the garden, and you'll always have something to look forward to every year. When you cultivate some mushrooms growing in your garden, you might need to prepare your garden a little bit, give it some gifts, like some soil with the mass balls. You need to put some soil. So preparing soil, you make tea, and you dry the tea on a grill or in like a jar form and grill, or coffee. Have your coffee and your teas. Take tea out of the tea bag and leave it in a box, and then when you got enough of that, put it on a grill, dry it out, and then when you make a burial, and want to set up some Mars balls, and then you can put some Mars balls into your garden. I'll grow some Mars attack plants, and it's a quest of happiness. And Alhamdulillah, the Luqman, the wise, Kashif, and Messiah son of David was successful in growing osmosis mushroom last year. Let's have a look at that video, inshallah. It's a good video. It's a really nice video. I really like it. And it shows my mushrooms that I grew. We took the mushrooms to the kitchen once we grew. What we should have done was we shouldn't was um, leave him to grow. But Alhamdulillah, the law wouldn't like that. If they grew, we were waiting for Minister White Tree to grow from the mushrooms on the mushroom parable. And we thought Jesus' parable, mushroom parable was more about. The mustard parable was synonymous to the mushroom parable. Mushrooms grow from cybomes, and they're very little, very small particles, and they grow from them. And when last year I prepared my garden, I was meditating a lot, reading Quran a lot, and got a book of feathers for 10 to 12 years, 13 years of being a smitter, and that was nice. Nice thing to have achieved. These are my videos. Something is mushroom tree parable. Which one should we put? Mushroom tree parable or is mushroom growing in our garden? Put both of them on. Fish out mushroom tree parable. Sound not working. A little glance, a little look.
Helps to fight allergy, relieve toxicity in the brain, improves cardiac performance, partial pain relief, prevents supplements have frequent side effects. Treatment is as prescribed patient benefits. Surgery doctors prescribe scientific instruction. Lack of also to help reduce avoiding safety defense. When practicing scientific prayers, not only is your alcohol available to you during support, it's most dangerous and worship as well as suicidal advantage for trying to hide against someone prayer. Specific outlines of anesthetic chemicals, anesthetic outlines needed after the doctor. Restlessly when you talk about it, so should be notified that it is foliated around the lines from before. Since 2009 and from 2021 to 2011, monitoring the folio monitoring. Nevertheless, even if it's treating still around, still out there in only 90 devices in 2021. To never diagnose and authorize the interrogation really and writing this information. Istiyor mahallinde Almanis. Vampire Trinazis was anonymous, except one persuasion and starvation. Interrogation is ignorance, supplication is wisdom. Gracious and to never die vampire will be died soldier seeking exaltation on earth, mercenaries for persecuting human rights. Wisdom promised stability and glory of Allah. Fascism, tyranny never will hear a single word said from the mouth of a human as a dear to me that have no right. He sends them with servants that will produce and abuse for them the respect and children too. And right when they will put them on the server for songs. They will see beautiful parts and outlines with the look after halfway the outlines and try to follow the
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. On the say if you got mushrooms, you're heading for a flight in UFOs. Alhamdulillah, I missed that. I missed that because I was away from home, and when I was supposed to, when my UFO was ready, I think it was. I'm leaving my UFOs for my daughter, my children, inshallah, when they grow up, inshallah. Because at the moment, Promised Land is here, and Promised Land is like Middle Earth, where there's Sorum or Siyan, Mountain Doom, and inshallah, at the end of the Promised Land, we're expecting Kabul Salati sanctuary open up there. But at the moment, all there is in the world is one refuge, two horns wall sanctuary, Air Valley. This is Air Valley, and we're living valley between the Palisades, Trenchtown Rock, Kingston, we call it. Trenchtown, Kingston, and the Manningham and the Badman, Bantams, and Muslim, and Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, La Quwwata Illa Billah, survival of the human people was because there was Zion Temple, or else if there was just saw a movie out of Mount Doom, then everyone falling into hell. At the moment, Zion Temple is helping people stay neutral in a way. If they don't want to go to Mount Doom and they don't want to go to Zion, they want to stay, and Zion Temple will open. Zion Temple is still going under Masih bin Dawud Dashif, and who had a midlife crisis between 40 and 11 in 2019, and there was a lot of persecution going on, a lot of dogs of all sorts, out of many characters, and many schemes by Sora Movie Eye and everything, by BBC busybodies, and Alhamdulillah we stuck together as a family, and observed contact prayers and gave our charities and helped a lot of people, helped but Allah helped us a lot, and mashallah, Allahu Akbar, from Allah made the path easy for us and less burdensome with the smitters way of codified Salah and things like that, and devoted to Quran alone, and all the help they gave, and the best Islamic group in the world is the United Smith International, inshallah. Allah bless them and for their work and the strengthening of the faith every month with their news book, with their bulletins, monthly bulletins. Uh, Alhamdulillah, by and I have no problem with the term God as in the English definition of the word of Allah. But as a Muslim, as a traditional Muslim as submitting from traditional Muslim world, I worship Allah, and that saves me from sorrow and blasphemies and things like that. And if you reverence God, then it's good. If you love God, then it's good. If you blaspheme every night and turn spying, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good for you. Um, on earth, it's a chance to redeem our souls. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy, but Allah makes everything easy for those who reverence Him. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to start reverencing Allah and learning Arabic, Quranic Arabic invocations, and enlightening words, and where false vanishes. Not always be one who invocates, and instead of engage with vampires. Inshallah, let's watch the next video. This is called most mushrooms in our garden.
Oh, you don't let mushrooms grow as big as trees.
Should have left that one in the tree alone.
Yum, 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 yum.
Because I think that's what they said. They said that one saying, "Leave me alone." At least I'm by a tree, and we didn't even. My wife took them all. Took them all into the kitchen and sent them to Pakistan. Alhamdulillah, my brother. Try and keep them indoors too, but one of them's dwarfed, and the other one, I want to see what happens if you smoke it, and it was dying anyway. And, baby, plant she didn't leave him alone. She said, "I'm taking him down to make you a dish." I said, "No, leave him alone. See what happens next." And instead of seeing that through, inshallah, we're approaching osmosis of autumn now. In August, inshallah, we'll have a new crop of ground and prepare the garden this year too. All the way over to 2019 and 2000, all the way into 2020, we're preparing the garden for osmosis of autumn, inshallah. Allah Akbar. Alright, inshallah, leave it there. Inshallah.